This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade.
Wake your punk ass up. That crust out your eyes.
That's right, 15 minutes into the hour. We do this weekly to help improve your lives, body, mind, and spirit. Kelly Kinkaid is here today. Good morning, Kelly.
Yes, good morning, Sway. You know, April is Alcohol Awareness Month, and I wanted to talk about this because people who are listening to this, people in the studio, we all either personally had experienced this or had someone in our family who's been an alcoholic, and it's really taken a toll over our lives. And it's just really important because, Sway, did you know more than 18 million individuals, just Americans alone, suffer from alcohol use disorders?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know, and I think sometimes we wonder if we take, when does an addict become an addict? And I wanted to just talk about this. Today we have Torey Lanez and Kevin Hart from Greenpoint Outreach Center here to talk with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, and I want to, let's just talk about it. When are you an addict? Because I like a drink. I like when I go out, I socially drink. But when is it like you've become an alcoholic?
Well, normally it would be when the alcohol takes over a person's life, when it becomes the most important thing. You know, losing interest in things that once brought you pleasure. Okay.
As far as, and then we talked off the air, we were talking about when you just don't know how to stop.
When somebody wants to stop but can't stop, you know, and you know, we talk about alcohol being a luxury, a social lubricant, a way of joyful release. And then you talked about 18 million people suffering. Yeah. And that silent suffering. Alcohol no longer becomes a luxury; it becomes a master.
Wow! And at Greenpoint Outreach, what do you all do at your center?
Well, we provide we're an outpatient program, and we work with adults, adolescents of all kinds. Not only do we focus on drugs and alcohol, but we also do criminal justice. A lot of people who have a problem come from a parole background, probation, DWIs. We have so many DWIs, and they come in with the whole deny, I don't have a problem, yet you've been arrested 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, and you still can't see the negative consequences that alcohol or drugs have caused in your life. So we focus, you know, we give you a goal, and we focus on teaching you and supporting you to live a healthy lifestyle. Right. So basically, we're trying to show you how to build a healthy life.
Right, and you talk about adolescents. I was reading on the National Council of Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, teens that experiment with alcohol before the age of 15 are 4 times more likely to become dependent on alcohol. What's the youngest as far as adolescents you counsel?
No, the youngest that I've had was about 13 years old. And we're not talking about, Kelly, we're not talking about alcohol anymore. These teenagers go beyond that. They go to the next level. And it is very hard to work with them and convince them that this is a problem.
Wow.
What do you mean beyond that, the next level?
They want to do painkillers. They want to do heroin, intravenous heroin, Xanaxes, Percocets, Vicodins, anything you can get. These kids, they're really smart. So they know how to get the stuff. You'll break a finger. The doctor's quick to write you a prescription. Here's some Vicodin, and that's how it starts.
So alcohol is just like the entry.
Pretty much.
You know, I want to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. If you can identify with some of these symptoms that they're talking about today, give us a call. And then also, I want to find out from you guys, Kevin and Dorothy, how do you break the cycle? Right? Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. All right, 22 minutes into the hour. This month is
Alcohol Awareness Month, and today we have Torey Lanez and Kevin Hart from Greenpoint Outreach Center talking about this. We're talking about how over 18 million Americans alone suffer from this alcohol or this disorder, Sway, and it's really important because all of us have experienced drinks, people in our family who are alcoholics, and it's ruined our families.
Okay, well, we got people on the line right now. Let me see if I can get this person on the line while we have our guest here. Let me see. Hold on one second, Kelly. I'm having a little malfunction with the phone here, Kelly. While we're doing that, why don't you give out some statistics?
Well, we were talking about at your center, Dorothy and Kevin, that adolescents, you already have someone as young as 13 that are experiencing alcohol, drugs. You know, we were talking like, how do you break this cycle? What do you tell the cocky drug addict, a 13-year-old who sometimes feel entitled? What do you tell them like that first day when they get there?
I don't tell them anything. The reason I don't tell them anything is I try to show them that they have to learn from their own experiences and they have to see it from themselves. I'm not there to tell you. I'm there to tell you the truth after a certain time period when you move through the stages of change. That's a whole process in itself. You have to want to be helped. If you don't want it, it's not going to happen. And that, majority with adolescents, don't want it.
Okay, we got Nick on the line from Ohio. Good morning, Nick. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good morning.
Doing okay. Say hello to Kevin and Dorothy. And what's your question?
Hello, and I just have a quick question. They say alcoholics put, liquor or beer, whatever their choice is, first, and they push everything to the wayside. But I've got friends back home who they don't push everything to the wayside. They're what they call a stereotypical functioning alcoholic. Is that a true term?
Sure, functioning alcoholics function until they can no longer function anymore. Most people don't pick up a drink and end up on Skid Row in downtown LA, or down on the Bowery. It's a process that takes time. The alcohol becomes the most important concept in a person's life. They're treating loneliness or emptiness or inadequacy. We were talking about character defects or characteristics, big egos or an inability to have resiliency.
So, and Kevin, you, Dorothy was saying that you are in the community, so you kind of are in them streets talking to people. And do you lead people to the outreach center too?
That's my goal. I work in the courts. A dude comes up, he's looking at 9 or 10 years in prison. A judge will say, look, you can get some treatment or you can go and do your time. And most of the time it's, I'll take treatment. But there is occasions where people say, well, let me think about it. Do I want to go to treatment? Do I want to give up my best friend alcohol or drugs? Or do I want to, go do some time? So it's crazy.
All right, we got Raymond on the line from Colorado. Good morning, Raymond. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm over here in Colorado, and it's snowing today, actually, in Denver, but I could be better.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
Hey, so what's your question, Ray?
Well, I actually don't have a question. I have more of a comment. I absolutely believe that alcohol is a leading factor in the way that these kids are behaving themselves with concerning drugs these days. In Colorado, we've legalized marijuana legally for recreation, and I also believe that that's an avenue, even though I did vote for the legalization. What I've noticed is that our kids, the generation, what they call the millennials, they're so bad when it comes to heroin use, meth use, drug use, and it's spiked exponentially. There aren't any official studies that say that marijuana is related to that, but it's also had an increase in crime and everything that's changed. So I'm really glad that you were on today to give awareness to that to help these kids, because I'm not sure exactly what to do. Maybe that's my question. What kind of things can I do in my community to help these kids?
So basically what we look for in a community is we look for somebody that represents the community. I mean, I know like states in Pennsylvania or Colorado, you have you have your communities and you have a town hall, right? So you go over there and you ask, listen, I'm looking for some help, for some information. You call the nearest hotline that you have and you gather information. And when it comes to kids, honesty is the best way. There is no need to lie with them, because no matter how old you are, just don't lie to these kids. Be honest. Mm-hmm. They see it and they know, and they hear it everywhere. Everywhere you go, honesty is the best way to start.
When you give them statistics on, how many people are actually, it sounds like Raymond was saying it's like alcoholism, like weed might be a gateway drug.
Weed is definitely a gateway drug.
Okay, so how do you give them statistics, or when you say be honest, or you show them, people who've died because of alcoholism, or what kind of honesty?
So basically what I do is I teach them what marijuana does to you, okay? Mm-hmm. You got to look into the internal, how it kills your emotional needs, what it does to your body. A lot of the boys, for example, when they find out that it messes with your lower parts, they start to freak out a little bit, like,
the sperm
my
count,
God. Yeah. All right. So you got to basically teach them what goes on and how it affects your body. Some kids, what I wanted to say earlier, it's no longer about the weed. They don't care about smoking some weed anymore. They want the stronger stuff, because weed doesn't do it anymore for these kids. It's not cool anymore, weed, but it's definitely a gateway drug. But cigarettes are also a gateway drug.
We have a lot of citizens who listen from around the country, as you can see. If they wanted to reach you guys directly, even though if they're not in New York, is that okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so how can people reach you guys directly?
www.opiny.
OPINY.
That's our website. Yeah,
.org.
it's the outreach. .org.
.org. Oh, what does OPI stand for?
It's Outreach Project in New York.
Oh, okay. I could have figured that out. All right, thanks, Kev. All right. Well, look, we got a lot of callers. Dina from Long Beach. This is real interesting. Let me take her call real quick. Dina, good morning. How you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So, you've had a problem with alcoholism in the past?
No, it's kind of interesting because people always ask that because I'm sober now. I've been sober for about 4 years.
Congratulations.
I was never what would be considered like an alcoholic, but I just decided to let it go because I just didn't feel like it was something positive in my life. I was one of those people that would drink on the weekends, party with my friends, and it just started to feel like, okay, after 10, 12 years of living that way, was this really conducive with like a healthy lifestyle? And was it really emotionally healthy for me? And I decided that the answer was no and to let it go. But it really trips people out because when people say, oh, you don't drink, you don't smoke, were you an alcoholic? Like, did you have a major problem? And then they get uncomfortable because I feel like people want you to drink with them. I was actually in New York this week, and we were going out to the spots, and everybody was like, why don't you drink? Have a drink. And it became like the theme of the whole evening.
Yeah.
People, I don't know what they know. They don't know what to do with people that don't drink.
All right, what is that about? Do they feel guilty when you don't drink, or they feel like they're doing wrong or bad, or what? What do you think?
That sounds like something their own conscience.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to drink, you drink. If you don't want to drink, you don't drink. You know, some people break out in handcuffs or police cars when they drink.
Yeah.
You know, other people can have a good time, go home, leave it alone, and not get all crazy.
Yeah.
So it depends on. I always say, what's your relationship with booze and dope?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how does alcohol and drugs affect your life, your relationships, and is that now your most important relationship?
Wow. Okay, yeah. Kevin, thanks for coming by. Kevin Mulhern and Dorothy Reynoso. Thank you for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. You guys go to www.opiny.org. And if you want to reach Kelly Kinkaid,
you can reach me on Twitter, Instagram, Kelly Kinkaid, KELLYKINKAID. Thank you.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.